Hi everyone, my name is MadMatt Lugos and welcome back to Death Stranding. So last time we had another encounter with Clifford Unger. I can't believe he's called Clifford, but I'm just going to call him Unger because I can't call him Clifford. Hello, I'm the most evil man alive. Clifford. Anyway, so we had another boss fight. It was pretty by the numbers, but Dead Man got taken into Unger's beach and he had BB with him. He seems to have developed a bit of an affinity with BB. I guess BB's Lou's memory's kind of been wiped, and now he's kind of attached to Deadman. Because he seemed a little bit distant when we tried to take him back, but we had a little bit more of the flashbacks with Unger. We kind of saw that he was sort of trapped in a room, and there were people trying to break a door down. I'm guessing it was Bridges' staff. I think Die Harmon's got something to do with Unger, basically. But we had no more hints that he's connected to Higgs, so I'm just going to say that I don't think he's the one connected to Higgs. I think he is something separate, just for the moment. Only the shush. The shush is the only thing that has connected them, but that might be a kind of Kojima thing more than a plot thing, if that makes sense. So we need to take on an order. I guess we're going to need to go and see Heartman, basically. So I think after I see Heartman, I'm going to try and get this area kind of maxed out. I need to build roads. I need to deliver stuff, get 5 stars, get a bunch of new equipment to everything around here. But I've not done any of that yet, so I need to go and see Heartman, I think. Is this going to be a new one, perhaps? Maybe it'll be an old one. The skip buttons appeared straight away, so I think it'll be an old one. This is new.
Can I help you? Holy shit. John,
John?
is that you? What are you doing here?
That's Die Hardman.
My wife's checked in. I don't want to repeat of last year. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were the person.
Yeah, that's Die Hardman for sure. The voice was the same. The voice was the same. So whatever happened to Die Hardman's mask was done by Unger.
Beginning scan. Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Yeah, all of my stuff didn't respawn. That's a bit of a bummer. Alright.
Sam, the west side of that region is covered by a massive tar belt. Beyond it is Edgenut City, the last bastion of civilization you'll find that far out. It's your final destination. Once you use the Cupid to connect it, the chiral network will span the entire continent. The rebirth of America is so close. And remember, that's where Amelie is being held captive. We need you to bring her home safely. But before you cross the tar belt, there's one more knot we need you to tie. Heartman will help you get it done.
Sam, I'd like for you to bring me a few things. First, the dog tags you took from that soldier. Tuck them away in a pocket so you don't misplace them. Second, Mama's corpse. Her body shows no signs of necrosis, and I, for one, would like very much to know the reason why. Closer study may yield information that could prove instrumental in helping us to overcome the Death Stranding. Suffice it to say, 1 minute remaining. I don't have much time. See to your preparations. I'll be waiting. You'll find an official order on the terminal.
Maybe he has a time limit with his heart, perhaps. I don't have the requested cargo, so. Okay, that's the quest for Dead Man. And it's just a corpse, okay. Mama's mortal remains. Heartman is keen to conduct a thorough examination of her corpse in order to discover why it does not necrotize. Okay. So what I might do, guys, just before this, I left a delivery at the mountain here. We could go and get Dead Man's stuff first, right? Yeah, I feel like doing that. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go and get Dead Man's clothes. Okay, so BB is referred to as Lou in all the menus now. Interesting. So we're gonna zipline our way over there. We can get there pretty easily. We're gonna have to walk through the bad weather a little bit. I can't remember who I left my deliveries with, whether it was the mountaineer or not. Someone has already kind of built a zipline network over to where we get Dead Man's stuff. Don't have to do anything. So we're just going to head down and see what... I don't know if we're going to get some extra clues here about something. But there's no timefall here at least. Okay. Oh, there's a memory chip in here.
Almost there.
So all his clothes are a bit further down the slope. So Dead Man, that makes him kind of similar to Malingan in a way then, doesn't it? Because I know she was born, but she was a heart without a car. Whereas, yeah. He's similar, but because he was kind of like a tech made in a lab. How many crypto buyouts have I got? Quite a lot. How far away is it? Come on, dude. How is it blown all the way over here? I didn't bring any climbing ropes. Oh, for God's sake, Dead Man. Sorry, Lulu. He seems... I don't know if he's a he or she. Lou seems back to normal anyway. I guess Lou is a fairly gender neutral name, isn't it? Yeah, this is deep in the canyon. I don't know how I'm going to get out. As long as there's no time fall, I'm okay. This is in such a goofy location. We got it. Someone left a rope here. Really don't think that's going to help us get out, but let's see. We got the power gloves. We get at this pretty quick now. Yeah, this is the least helpful rope.
Get it together.
Okay. I'm sorry, Lou. That's your clothes ruined, dead man, because I used that stupid rope. I thought I could just let it go there, he just dropped. Never mind. Alright, let's see how badly I just crippled that cargo. Pretty badly, I imagine. Ah, okay, not bad at all. Alright, let's go back where we came. That should be the mountain here. Are we close to... Oh, we'll just go back. We'll just go back, dude.
Let's get this shit in there.
So it's nice for Deadman that he finally got to feel, I don't know, like a connection to someone, right? Finally got to feel like he was a real person, I guess, essentially. He's kind of been made to feel like he's less than human. Especially with the kind of science that they put forward in this game about the kind of the dualism, essentially. I've never believed in dualism, but it is very central to this game's story or principles. The separation of body and soul. And he's felt like he's just a zombie, really, hasn't he? Like he doesn't have a soul.
Stay away.
Okay, so I will zip line across to the mountain here, pick up my cargo, and I'll see you guys back at Mountain Knot City. Alright, we're back at Mountain Knot. We made a little delivery to the mountaineer. He gave us some custom chiral climbing anchors, which are more resistant to timefall, and we get 6 in a pack, which is very useful to just to carry around, particularly while we're in the mountains. Got a bunch of stuff just to deliver, some lost cargo, some deliveries.
All clear. Welcome.
To drop off a Mountain Knot. And we've got the order for Deadman, obviously. And then we'll head up to Heartman. Just before we take on Hartman's order, we do have a memory chip, so it should be Deadman's, I imagine, because it's where he was on the mountain. That was fragile.
That's sweet of you, Sam.
Dandelion seeds.
Thank you for your...
The fluffy seeds of the dandelion are certainly fragile, but that doesn't mean they aren't filled with life. Indeed, their insubstantial nature is what allows them to spread new life as far and wide as they do. American sci-fi legend Ray Bradbury's novel Dandelion Wine tells the tale of a young man's summer and the heady mixture of growth, loss, life, and death symbolized by the drink of the title. Happily for the porters of the world, the ability of dandelion seeds to float on the wind means that they're very unlikely to ever be asked to transport such a I can't read today. The ability of dandelion seeds to float on the wind means that they're very unlikely to ever be asked to transport such a delicate cargo themselves. Okay.
Contribution.
Right, let's pick up Heartman's quest. Delivery, even. Oh, it's the corpse, isn't it? Gonna have to get rid of a bunch of stuff. So we've got, I'm thinking the all-terrain skeleton, because we're climbing up the mountain, will be useful, but maybe, and I'll have, that'll leave me all of the bits on my body to carry stuff and 2 slots on my back, right? So I need to get rid of a few bits. So I don't know how comfortable walking's going to be. Higgs, oh. It must be a strange sensation.
All right, Sam. Take care of her. And don't worry, she won't go necro. Millingan's special. Be funny if these Ha of ours ended up being the key to saving us all.
Order assigned. Beginning scan.
Okay.
Have a pleasant journey.
So she's basically saying bye to her own body in a way, because Millingan's with her in the capacity, isn't she? Okay, so there are a few zip lines going up towards Heartman's lab. All the zip lines. I don't think we can quite get all the way there. This one seems a bit far away. Maybe not. We can get to this one. Yeah, we can get there pretty easily, I think. That one seems like it'll be too high up to walk from. It's just whether it'll reach that one. Oh, this is such... I'm cheating, man. I have already been there though, haven't I? I did already walk there. So it's not entirely cheating.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Let's go. It'll be nice to learn Heartman's story here. I imagine we might get the start of a new chapter. Oh, they're all out of range, dude. Oh well. That is horrendous news. Oh well, that makes it a bit more interesting. We've got the power skeleton in case everything's a bit too heavy for us. We'll get up to this particular zip line. Might be difficult in the wind if that God Almighty storm picks up again. Then this is going to be tricky. Okay, is this the way I went last time? Blue footprint. It's probably not a good sign. Oh, we're going this slow with the all-terrain skeleton on as well. Yeah, Sam. Oh, I've got PCCs. Why didn't I just build a better network? How close are we to the one by the doctor? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, right, it's the bowler gun. Oh, it's out of range. No, 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 no. God, I thought she was going to go rolling down the hill. Good God. Can you imagine if she just went, her body just went rolling down the hill? God, that would have been so bad. Let's see if we can build one up on the ridge here. No, no, no. Really? Oh God, that took some effort, didn't it? Let's just get up here and see what we can see. In terms of zip lines. Yeah, there's one right up there. Oh, we're here anyway.
It's a long way down.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. You can see one. Yeah, we can connect quite a few. We can connect to... Oh, of course that useless one, but we can connect to that one, which is the important one. Then we can put one nearer to Heartman's lab, right?
Get this thing working faster.
Construction complete.
Okay, there's a bit of a drop there. I hadn't noticed. Not really a safe way down. Oh, come on, dude. Okay, there we go. Seems like a bit of a waste, but it was a big enough drop. Right. And we need to build one that's within sight of there as well. Yeah, just on the edge of his poles. Oh right. We need to connect into the network first. Of course, I already knew that.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
He's got quite the fancy setup here, hasn't he? So I hope we get some good cutscenes or something to do with Heartman. We got the kind of hang on. Was the what Die Hardman say? Was that the warning of go and do everything you want before this starts the end game? I don't know. Let's just save here in case this activates the end game. I feel like he just meant this is the last main mission you're going to do in the central region before you move on. That's what I'm going to interpret it as. I don't think we've got an explanation as to what that countdown is for him. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've had an explanation yet.
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
We've just been hit with a Peter Engler.
Request to join UCA. Registered. Awaiting Cupid connection.
Okay, Heartman has provided design data for the following: a thermal pad.
Please proceed into the facility with a cadaver. Good work.
Okay, Heartman.
Please proceed into the facility with a cadaver.
Hartman's boudoir. Oh, resuscitation. So maybe does he like have to have his heart revived each time, or is it like an artificial heart, or used to have a family? Dude, stand clear.
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down. Glad you could make it, Sam.
Time until death.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am what I am. Ah, please lay her down there. Still no sign of them.
You know your heart stops beating.
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach, and then return. 60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the sea an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,549. I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial cordiformia. Mine is an especially unusual case. I have pictures. Care to see Heartman's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family. You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the beach is real, and they are on it. I would induce cardiac arrest, 3 minutes at a time, and search for them, day after day after day.
Also, you could say goodbye.
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If death would see us reunited, then yes. But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Heartman. I'm glad we could have this conversation. Oh. A body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing we were supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short. I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child. One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War-era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally, the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest. Please proceed to a safe location.
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you. We'll continue this shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I feel like I don't want to miss something in here. A BT model, an artist's impression. Ordovician period ore recovered from the tar belt. Unknown ore recovered from a void out crater. So Heartman's perhaps driven a bit purely by the desire to see his family. Perhaps unhealthily. Family portrait. She looks a lot like the photographer, right? Looks a lot like the photographer. Maybe his wife got caught out in the time form, aged a bit. Maybe that's why he can't find them. Maybe they didn't die. Photo of the beach immediately post Death Stranding. That looks so much like the photographer, doesn't it? Has to be her. Maybe that's why I can't find them.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
No luck. Visit 218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes. And no. Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially, onerous. Defecation, ablution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one. And intercourse, I suppose. Verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music. Watch films? You know, I keep busy. I have a collection of music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories. Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding, of course. But honestly, the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me. As it happens, I've read about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident, too. I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void-outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach. The people who died in the two void-outs were there. What happened? What's going on? I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey! It's me! Where are you going?
Wait! Don't leave without me! No! Don't go! Please, don't go!
The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart. But it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Heartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam? Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a prepper-owned station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the Earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
Shut up. I'm putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to observe unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot. Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
Guess that's why he lives in a padded room.
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
Listening to everything die Hardman. Leave me alone, Die Hardman.
Sam, you heard him. You can grab the order at a delivery terminal.
I'm so sick of Die Hardman. Alright, let's pick up the order.
Our ultimate objective in this region is to build a replacement for a way station that was lost to the tar. The first step is to put a shelter with our scientists on the chiral network. Now, we don't know the first thing about Emily's status or what Higgs is up to. Now, that's a concern for us as much as you. But we won't know more until we get to Edge Knot City. And that means connecting this region first. You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo-Devo biologist, so I recommend you save her for last. That way, you can finish a delivery and link up the final site in one go. Once all three are on the grid, come back here. Then we can get to work on the replacement for that lost way station.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to pick these up just yet. What's this? Thermal pads. Yeah.
Thermal pad. Indispensable gear for cold weather operations. Especially useful when traversing snow-capped mountains.
Oh, come on, I want to read it. Device attached to the shoulder or hip that will activate automatically in snowy conditions in order to keep the wearer warm. Wearing thermal pads will reduce the degree to which snowy conditions drain stamina and will increase the amount of stamina restored by drinking from the canteen. They will also enable the wearer to rest in snow without freezing. Onboard batteries will also contribute to the overall battery capacity. The more units used, the greater the effect, but the less cargo you'll be able to attach to your suit. Thermal pads, yeah, the battery will gradually recharge. Yeah. Okay, so if we use that in combination with the all-terrain skeleton, that should be pretty useful. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that one here, guys. We learnt a lot about Heartman's story. I could be wrong, but his daughter looks a lot like the photographer. It looks exactly like her, doesn't it? Looks exactly like her. Might just be me, but I think he only saw them from behind. It might not have been them walking on the beach when he was revived and he got dragged away. But it might just be me. So I think what I'm going to do, this feels like kind of the final phase of the central region, doesn't it? Because it'll be these regions. All these four regions. We've only really got these two that might be separate preppers, and we've got Peter Engler as well, which I need to deliver pieces to. So, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try and activate these two, but I'm just going to go away. I'm going to build roads. I'm going to set up my zipline network. I'm going to try and 5-star as many of these activated regions now that I've got the zipline network going to pretty much all of them. I've got the zipline network, yeah, and I just need to build the roads so I can do heavy duty orders. So that means activating whoever this is, because I think it made it look like the 3 people are these 3 regions, aren't they? So maybe these 2 we can activate on our own, perhaps. I know that there was one. There was the novelist's son, was it? That's one we could get. That seems like a separate prepper. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Just remember, everybody, never trust an on crate. Right. I'll see you next time.